Last year, over 8.2 million people moved out of their home state, and that trend is only growing in 2025. From rising taxes to unaffordable housing and some climate concerns, tons of Americans are leaving some of the country's biggest cities. So where are they going, and what does that mean for you? Let's dive into the 7 cities people are leaving and the 1 Gulf Coast community that they're choosing instead. Hey, this is Nick with Zachos Realty and Design Group, your Gulf Coast relocation experts. As someone that lived in a larger city up north for basically my entire life, I never really considered anything else. But moving down to the Gulf Coast of Florida about 10 years ago was easily one of the best decisions that my wife and I made. As high taxes, increasing rent, and remote work availability continue to reshape our real estate, millions of residents are leaving once coveted cities. So today I'm counting down these 7 largest US cities people are getting out of in 2025. And at the end, I'll share with you 1 Gulf Coast city that's continuing to grow. All right, let's get started. First up is New York City, the Big Apple. With some of the highest state and city income taxes in the country and sky-high rents, New York saw over 100,000 people leave the city in 2023 alone. Now, in 2024, that number was lower. There have been some, recent price adjustments that have definitely helped, especially areas like, in Queens and the Bronx. But still, many of the other areas are still overpriced. Not only is New York City expensive and crowded, but the big city, fast-paced lifestyle can be tiring. Next, we have Chicago. The biggest concern residents have here are the rising crime rates in some of the neighborhoods. Another reason people are leaving is that while the cost of living continues to increase, the wages haven't really increased much at all, causing people to choose other nearby cities like, Minneapolis or Detroit. In 2023, Chicago actually saw its single-year population drop in over a decade, losing about 1% of the residents. Even with this, Chicago still offers some great value compared to other large metro areas, so you can get a good deal here. Los Angeles, California is next on our list. Between the unaffordable housing, the constant crazy traffic, and obviously the wildfires, LA is seeing a significant portion of their residents leave to go somewhere else, either inland or out of state. Just in 2023, the LA metro area lost over 500,000 people. While, inner LA is still expensive, if you are looking to be in this general area, you can look at some other areas like, Riverside or San Bernardino, where home prices are like 30 or 40% less. It's a longer commute, but the prices make up for that. San Francisco is another city that people have been fleeing, which I don't think is much of a surprise. There have been big tech layoffs and the homelessness issues are widely known. You pair that with San Francisco having a super competitive housing market and one of the nation's highest costs of living, leading to about a 2% population decline in 2024 alone. There are a few neighborhoods here that have seen some price drops, but San Francisco, as a whole, is probably going to continue to see this trend until changes are made. All right, next up, we have another Bay Area city, San Jose. Again, with the layoffs in the tech industry and Silicon Valley downsizing, San Jose is seeing a trend of people moving out as well. With worse and worse traffic and a median home sales price around 1.5 million, it's not hard to see why. If you're looking for, a little more reasonable housing options in the area, cities like Walnut Creek and Livermore to the north are probably better options. But again, for most people, San Jose is just too expensive and too crowded. The next city on our list that people are fleeing is Jackson, Mississippi. From 2020 to 2023, Jackson saw its population drop more than 5%, and in 2025, that decline is projected to continue. Unlike other cities on this list, it's not due to the cost of living, but the limited job growth, the aging infrastructure, and flood risks have been the main factors. Now, with people leaving, there is a ton of opportunity for investors to find affordable homes, but just do your research on the neighborhood and make sure of the flood zones. And last on our list is Memphis, Tennessee. This is another city where it's not necessarily the cost of living driving people away, but more so the quality of living. living. The crime rates are one of the main reasons people leave, but there's also the lack of consistent wage increases, job opportunities, and the availability of quality education that has contributed to this as well. In just the last year, the population decreased by 2%, but Memphis is still one of the more, affordable, larger cities in the country. So there is some interest here for investment in, long-term growth. All of these cities are losing residents for one reason or another, but there are places in the country that are continuing to grow, despite the real estate market. And Lakewood Ranch on the Gulf Coast of Florida is at the top of the list. Lakewood Ranch is one of, if not the most popular selling master plan communities in the country. With an average growth rate of over 7% annually, this is the premier destination for homebuyers on the Gulf Coast. The schools are great, the weather is perfect, there are amazing golf courses, and some of the best beaches in the world right here. Outside of Lakewood Ranch, the Sarasota area in general is just super desirable. The area averages around 10,000 people moving here every single year. I know it'll sound biased because I live here, but it really is a great place to live. If you're looking for a relaxed beach lifestyle with all of the perks of city living, this is it. If you're looking to relocate, my biggest piece of advice is pay attention to the trends and the market. And if you are looking into the Gulf Coast of Florida as a possible spot, reach out to me anytime. You can subscribe if you like this content and want to watch more on our page. We also have free downloadable city and area guides on our website you can check out as well. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Again, this is Nick with Zachos Realty. Have a great day.